Late one night, a couple is filming a race at a car meet passing by, when suddenly, they capture something eerie. During the late hours in a Japanese neighborhood, a couple is enjoying a car meet taking place where the woman is filming her husband attempting to break his racing record. However, this seemingly innocent event would take an eerie turn as something unexpected is captured after the car speeds by the woman recording. As she records the car approaching from a distance, she slowly pans the camera towards the left as the car speeds by, when suddenly, what looks like a small white figure can be seen darting across the road and disappearing into the surrounding darkness. This figure appears translucent with a humanoid outline. You can say this figure could just be a wall of dust and sand being pushed up and across as a result of the car speeding by. However, this bizarre figure resembling a human gives a more bizarre occurrence, leaving us and this couple to wonder, have they captured a spirit suddenly appearing on this quiet road? Late one night, an experienced paranormal investigator would explore a supposedly haunted building notorious for jinn activity alone.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. بسم الله، لا إله إلا الله. والله العظيم إن في صوت واحد قاعد يمشي قسما بالله.
An experienced paranormal investigator would decide to explore a supposedly haunted abandoned building alone in the middle of the night. This abandoned building is rumored to be the home of jinns, which are supernatural beings said to be demons or spirits that roam the earth alongside humans. So, the man begins his investigation and starts recording as he is approaching the structure, when suddenly, before the man is even inside the building, a large chunk of concrete nearby falls onto its side, and movement can be heard coming from all directions. However, things would only get more terrifying as the man continues his investigation inside.
كان موجود مني قسما بالله كفخني هني. بسم الله. لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. لا لا لا، بسم الله، بسم الله، بسم الله، لا إله إلا الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
The man finds himself in a small room in the building. As the man goes to leave the room, he is suddenly stopped by a loud noise behind him. As he turns around to look inside the room, a wooden cabinet can be seen falling over on its own. However, the man then turns back around and continues back inside, when he is suddenly stopped once again as something from inside a room in an opposite side of the building can be seen closing shut on its own, followed by a loud thud in a different part of the building. The man would then go back inside, and this night would be far from over.
بسم الله. لا 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 يا جماعة. لا حول. لا إله إلا الله. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. يا جماعة استولعون. يا الله يا الله. الله خوفي.
The man would return back inside to continue his investigation, and he would find himself once again exploring a small room. However, like before, the man doesn't get far into his investigation before something happens, as this time, the door to the room would close shut on its own.
Bismillah.
The man would then quickly try and open the door and make multiple attempts to kick open the door, but the door wouldn't budge, leaving the man trapped inside. Spooked, the man would try and find a different way out, and he would see that one of the windows to the room is completely open. So, the man would slowly make his way out of the room via the window, and back outside the building. The man would then end his investigation and leave the area, but as one final goodbye, loud bangs can be heard coming from behind the man as he leaves. This paranormal investigator would be truly frightened and promises that he would never return to this building, leaving us and the man to wonder, what exactly has he captured taking place at this abandoned building? And has he disturbed the final resting place of a jinn?
Bismillah. لا 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 يا جماعة.
Late one night, a man would be taking a late night walk in his neighborhood, when suddenly he would notice something bizarre. A man in China would be taking a seemingly innocent late-night walk in his neighborhood. However, shortly after making it back to his apartment, he would notice something bizarre. So, he he would start recording. The man pans the camera towards a building situated on the other side of the street across from his apartment. However, as the man zooms in on one of the windows, we can see an eerie figure staring back down at the street below, standing completely still. The figure has pale skin with pale white eyes and appears to be a man. The figure doesn't move or even blink as the man records, leaving us and this man to wonder, what exactly has he captured in a supposedly abandoned building across from his apartment? And has he captured the spirit of a man who lived in that home? A family would be reviewing some footage from a security camera placed inside one of their bedrooms, when suddenly they would capture something terrifying.
Rewind it. It didn't even pick up that motion.
A family who lives in an old house would be reviewing footage from a security camera placed inside one of their bedrooms in the upper floor. However, things would take a terrifying turn as the camera would be alerted to motion inside the room as a dark silhouette suddenly emerges and quickly darts across the room. The shadow figure appears to be standing in one of the corners off to the right side of the room, and the shadow figure then slowly walks forward only to then dart across towards the left side of the room and disappear, leaving us and this family to wonder, what exactly has the camera captured in their bedroom? And is this shadow figure a spirit who used to reside in this home?
It didn't even pick up that motion.
Before we move on to our last frightening clip, make sure you're subscribed so you can stay in the loop for the latest frightening findings. And while you're at it, give the like button a spook and check out some other scary videos I showcase on this channel. Now, let's continue. Late one night, a man would go to check the footage from a nanny cam they placed in one of their bedrooms, when suddenly, he would see something terrifying. A user on the r/paranormal subreddit would upload a screenshot they took of footage from a nanny cam they placed inside one of their bedrooms. However, the more you look at this photograph, the more terrifying it gets, as it looks like a large transparent figure can be seen standing next to a crib in the bedroom. The figure appears to be leaning forward with its head looking up towards the ceiling. The figure appears to be that of a woman and its arms are dangling down towards the crib. This terrifying sight could be a bizarre glitch or an object in the bedroom. However, many commenters share chilling encounters that they had with figures that resemble what was captured in the nanny cam. I've seen something like this as a kid. It slowly got up the bed and turns its head towards me. Ran to my grandmother's arms and looked back, and the thing started walking towards me. I yelled. My grandma saw nothing, so I turned my head to see again, and it was gone. Frankly, I just assumed I was still half asleep and seeing things, but it's odd I still have a clear memory of it all. I've seen something similar, except it was during the night me and someone else were walking past through the forest passing a house that had been left empty for a while. We were wading through the long grass back up the hill, and I saw a figure similar to this, except it was holding a long walking stick that was higher than the figure was. I was freaking out, and this thing was moving through the grass smoothly as if it was hovering. I was telling the person who I was with about it and freaking out and trying to move us faster out of the area. Till we were running, and as we ran, I kept looking back and he was getting faster and faster and nearly catching up to us. It just floated and chased us up the hill through the grass, and just as we reached the road, we just gunned it and it was gone and didn't follow. But yeah, same thing, I could see it and they could not. But it was clear as day and it was a bright white silhouette, just like this. Leaving us in this terrified OP to wonder, what exactly have they captured in their nanny cam? And is this terrifying figure a sinister spirit looking for its next victim? Alright, that's all the frightening clips I have for now. Thanks for watching and leave a comment if you got frightened. And while you're at it, make sure to smash that subscribe button and give the like button a frightening experience. Thank you for all of your support and check out some more of the frightening findings I come across here in this channel. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!